Hey there, it's Dorleen, and today I'm scrapbooking, and I'm working with this sketch right here for a 2-page layout. If you notice, it did not have the cutting guide, so I created the measurements just based on the photo or on the sketch. All the measurements that I used will be on my blog, which I will have the link below down in the description box. I used some generic Christmas paper, just picked a few that I thought coordinated well. Christmas is one of the easiest papers to coordinate. And after I cut all the pieces, I'm now laying down first on the left side where all of the papers are vertical, except for that holly print that's in that bottom right hand corner. But once I figure out where I'm placing them, I'll put adhesive on the back and then adhere them down to the page. And I do that for the left side, again following the sketch, and then I'll do it on the right side, which I'm doing here, and these strips of paper are going to be going horizontal. I did point out that one piece of white with the black print paper really is a vertical print paper, but because I knew I was covering up with that red stripe paper, I figured it worked fine. And once I put all those papers down, I thought it needed a little bit more color on that left side, and that's why I cut that 1/2-inch strip and placed it right there on the edge. I do end up doing all the embellishments using my Cricut. Again, go to my website, or excuse me, my blog, and I'll show you a close-up of all the cuts. What I'm doing right here is I'm contouring out half of the words on here. I wanted 2 different colors for one for Christmas and a different one for vibes. I realized I should have probably just created a rectangle and sliced the words apart instead of contouring. It probably would have been easier, but it's fine. I'm used to contouring. And then I used the offset feature, which is amazing. If you haven't used it yet, I highly recommend it. And I created a border. The offset border defaults black, but you can obviously change that to whatever color you want. Another thing it does is it leaves these little holes in between, and I wanted that to be a solid border, so that's why I contoured those out. But if you notice on that lower right hand side, there still is a chunk missing, and that's because there's no connection. So that's why I grabbed that shape. I believe it was a circle. I made it into an oval, and I just kind of covered that all, welded it together, and it worked out perfect. If you want more information on that, just leave me a comment and I'll try to describe that a little bit better. But basically, I just sized the pictures or the cuts to the portion that I was adding it. The other little elements that were over to the right, I did not use. I just used these right here for this particular filming. Another thing that I'm doing is I was using the same green and also the same reds, but if you notice, they had them on different mats. So basically, if you click those 3 little buttons, you can move those images and put them on the mat that you wanted, and that way I didn't have to pull off my red twice to do the candy cane and then the words, etc. So basically just cut those out and using my Cricut again, and started putting them together and laying them onto the layout. I don't show every single little portion, but you get the idea. Here I started pulling the paper off the mat, and then I realized because it was so delicate, it was easier to pull the mat from the paper. And I know that sounds like it's the exact same thing, but try it. It does make a huge difference. I do hope you like this video so far, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I do post at least 1 video a week, and they vary depending on what craft I'm doing in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and also my blog, which you'll notice. And again, it can be scrapbooking, it can be Cricut projects, which this one's a little bit of both, or sometimes I'm card making, working in my junk journal, or just some general crafts. So again, I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. You'll see right now that I'm putting those letters on that offset, that border. What I like to do before I put the adhesive on, and that's a perfectly good reason why, where I was just showing you, is once you put the adhesive on, if you're not 100% sure where it's going to be on the mat, you know, you could be pulling that thing up and switching it around and getting glue everywhere. So I always put it down first, make sure I know the placement, and then I put the adhesive. And this little Xyron sticker maker thing is probably the best tool for these little pieces with the Cricut. I don't know what happened to my dotted I, so that's why I decided to fussy cut one of the holly leaves for that eye, and I think it looked really cute. Kind of an unintentional embellishment on that title. So that was a lot of fun, and I just used some tweezers to hold them because it got pretty small. I usually use my fingers, which you know by watching my videos. Now here's the final product. I added that black border because it was just so much white, and I really, really, really like it. And then what I did on the right side is I added that 1/2 inch strip just right there too to kind of balance that out. And you'll notice that I have some more Cricut cuts that I didn't show you, and that was once I put the photos on. I knew that I needed a little bit more embellishments. But go to my blog, you can see more pictures and also get more details of the 2-page spread. Thanks a lot. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you later. Bye.